Warning. The following episode contains implied past grooming, implied past pedophilia, and weaponized age regression. Viewers be advised.
Year 4.
Oh, there you are. Feeling like you're getting your lucky mojo back again?
Not really. But everyone has been trying so hard to cheer me up, I thought I'd give it another try.
Tell Nana about it. You know how I love a good bit of girl talk.
I don't want to bore you. It's just the same problem as always. Finally, I get my sea legs and figure out what this whole process is about. Breeze through Eridan and John and Kanaya, only to get stuck all over again on her.
Well, I am sure there is some common thread. Every trial you face is designed to better prepare you for the next.
I'm not so sure. She's different from the rest of them. And no matter how I approach this, I can't figure out what the hell she wants.
You'll figure it out sooner than you expect, dearie. I have the utmost faith in you.
Thanks, Nana Sprite. Honestly, having you and Nana Sprite 2 here has made this whole experience way more bearable.
You know what they say. Flattery will get you all the cookies 2 lovely aged blue ladies can fit into one oven.
Hell yes! It's funny. Thinking back on it, John and I actually had a conversation about you sweeps ago. We kind of bonded over how, past our cultural differences, we shared this same experience of connecting to our predecessors through their writings. I'm glad he finally got to meet you. I hope he appreciated every minute of it.
Oh, I like to think so. I miss that boy. He could be such a pill at times, but we had some lovely chats. I always sung his heart out during our little jam sessions, too.
Dork. Can you believe he has his own little progeny now? Strutting his shit in that same oddly secure, self-assured way. I wonder how those kids are doing right now. What exactly do humans get out of these familial primate relationships anyway? Is it a chemical manipulation thing?
Some would say so, and of course there is some truth to that. That said, it's hardly the whole story. People are much too concerned with trying to boil down these kind of marvelous profundities to cold hard facts. I'd go blue in the face trying to lay out every rhyme and flimsy whimsy a person could have for baking up a brood.
You proliferated yourself, though, right? Why?
There was a beautiful sense of novelty to it, I suppose. Like both John and you, my role model was my own tome of japes, left behind by my dearly departed adopted father. It never sat right with me how limited my experience with actual humans was. I couldn't exactly bring that man back from the dead, but I could put myself in his shoes and do the bang-up job he never had the opportunity to do. Not to mention, I like babies.
That's it? I don't know. Couldn't you have done anything else? What's so special about babies? I saw one in passing, and they're weird as hell. Rose told me they even pee their damn pants.
They sure do. Sometimes they'll even pee on you, too.
They pee on people? What? That sounds like a nightmare.
It is. One time my son laughed at me as it was happening.
Ugh.
He was right, though. It was funny.
So, that was it? There wasn't anything else you wanted in life? You were fine with pee?
Well, I was fairly enamored of the idea of getting even once upon a time. So many nights spent plotting that awful woman's downfall and making her pay for all the indignities of my childhood, for always making me feel like I was powerless to do anything. For a while, I even thought it was my fate.
Yes! That's what I'm fucking talking about.
Hush up now, none of that. Fantasizing about all that, even after my own death and resurrection, is absurd. Not to mention that now, after seeing what my younger self has gotten up to in this realm, I clearly underestimated the depth of my own desires.
Come on, we're not doing this again. You can't keep comparing yourself to her. She's a freak, and you're like the least freakish person I've ever met.
I'm not trying to get down on myself, dearie. It's simply a fact of reality. I'll never know if any of my schemes coming to fruition would have left me satisfied, and now I highly doubt it. The past is always going to be the past. It's all a bit embarrassing, really. All that said, watching your progress these past few years has inspired me to frame the whole debacle a bit differently.
Oh?
I had always wanted Betty Crocker to know what a mistake it was to steal my life, my potential from me. The real issue was that not once during my childhood did I ever feel particularly wanted or welcomed into the world. I only had my brother, and even he ran off on me. Yet, despite that fact, and the anger and the disappointment, I still raised someone who knew what it was like to be loved. I have never once questioned choosing my son over some run-of-the-mill escapade or rousing romp. And while in my twilight years of retired spritehood, I have often pondered the could-be, seeing that choice isn't innate to every iteration of Jane Crocker has assured me that I did indeed fulfill a path of potential to its fullest degree. I'm grateful to her for that. Marginally.
I guess that makes sense. Weren't you worried, though? That you weren't following the right path or living up to your destiny?
I never even considered that. Is that how you kids think these days? My lord, no wonder none of you go outside anymore.
Don't patronize me, old lady. Destiny's the foundation of my godhood.
True, I am only a simple elderly woman, stand mixed with the unknowable secrets of the universe in a one-armed clown doll. But from my experience, I would still argue that destiny mostly fulfills itself. There are many more important things you should focus on, such as getting the heck out of here.
Wow. I've been pep-talked and I didn't even realize it. You have a point, though. It's not like I have any other plan but to keep trying. Also, sorry for getting snippy there.
Don't fret over it, dear. A blue gentlewoman appreciates a bit of bite to her compeers.
See, Nana Sprite? You're the only one that gets it. You're a real one.
Damn right I am.
Whoa, getting crazy now.
Choose Mindfang's journal.
The girl was thrown into emptiness. Despite the darkness, the space wasn't foreign. The way the moons hung in the sky, the sound of the waves as they crashed, the breeze. These were all familiar sensations. As was the figure before her. Though she had only ever seen it behind her eyes, its form was shaped by words.
You can drop the ominous build-up. I already know the twist.
Oh? Had the thief been here before?
Yup. In brief summary, at least once a week for the last 2 years. Broaching every kind of chit-chat that goes absolutely nowhere. The whole endeavor usually ends with me either killing you or feeding myself to you. And for some reason, you talk like a book, which is a huge headache, by the way.
Well, she was a book, our esteemed narrator. That's how Vriska knew her, at any rate. And unlike a certain someone, she knew the value of showmanship.
Yeah, you really shook me the first time around. You were all like, "Surprise, bitch. I'm both the Marquis and your Lucis," and I fell straight on my ass, flipping the fuck out like a big tool. But FYI, after the last 100 or so reveals, it just comes off as trying way too hard. Hi, Mom Thing. It's been a bit. How are you?
The spider did not pause to find an answer. She already had one.
Hungry, kill, eat, shit, death!
So, Same as usual. Awesome. Glad to hear it. So what's on the agenda this time? Do not say revisiting how I found that old journal or my first feeding.
Would the spiderling prefer returning to the day she got stuck in this web and had to eat her way out?
No! I do not want to be a kid again, period.
What about the day her Lucis died?
Done that. Sick of it. I always almost drown in blood, and it makes the whole canyon smell terrible. It's bad enough being stuck back in this place. If you go down memory lane again, I'm jumping.
The girl was blinded by her pupated angst. As befouled as those webs were, this gossamer carnage had been home once. Her time here made her who she was.
Is that why we're here? In arguably one of my least favorite places to exist? Instead of telling me my own origin story, can we skip to the end where I clear this shit once and for all and move on to someone that matters?
The thief's request was denied by the narrator, who wondered if it would kill the younger circuit to collaborate. Had she not once intricately woven her own daring campaigns? What happened to that thespian vivacity?
I don't know if it's a fatal symptom of watching the sweeps go by, but flarping isn't as fun anymore. A lot of energy and drama for nothing.
That statement was so unbelievable as to be almost insulting. Who could deny a little drama? Everyone appreciated a good game, especially the girl.
Okay, yes, I am attached to the struggle. But back then, all that satisfaction was pretty short-lived. Every win I had to share with her. Every moment I felt her waiting for me. It feels bad not getting a choice when you do all the fucking work.
When we were sailing the high seas, we did not exhaust our exploits with self-indulgent contrition. Daily, we made bets with death, and whichever faulty pan lobes occasionally sparked empathetic were rightfully silenced, that we might revel in our winnings undisturbed. We have always taken what we wanted.
Sure, the booty was great, up until the point where there was no one left to play with. After that, it was all as good as garbage.
That spoke to a problem with the girl's mindset. Trolls died. On a planet built to breed killers, was that such a bad thing? Little Spiderbite beat them all. Not because she was talented or smart or particularly strong, though she was all of those things. It was because she learned the rules before anyone else did.
So I'm only alive thanks to you? Because you were just that necessary and important?
It was true.
Grub.
Bzzz, wrong. I'm not falling for that hoof shit again. I've already tried respecting you for making me the best. But you know what I'm realizing? I didn't have to go through all of that to be strong. Vrissy didn't. Even growing up in a fake world where no one has a spine and with barely any guidance, her powers can do things mine can't. So what silver lining is left, honestly? But that's the point, right? There is no positive spin, no learning to appreciate you, because even by Alternian standards, you sucked. You weren't a custodian. You were a responsibility. I protected you, I cared for you, and you would have happily killed me the moment things didn't go your way.
And?
That's not fucking normal!
It was for a spider.
God, you're insufferable. I had one place I was supposed to feel safe. Why did you have to be everything wrong with the world rolled into one terrible monster?
The spider has no answer to that. She has never once thought of her own nature. She has only ever lived and devoured.
Hungry. Kill. Fuck. Eat. Feed.
I know you're hungry! What about me? My entire grubhood I gave and you took. For once. What about what I want?
She has never considered this. and wasn't considering it now, to be clear. But the narrator was curious. What did the spiderling want from the monster? To hear her say thank you for the young girl's service? For her to be sorry?
What I want is for you to go back in time and protect that fucking kid like you were supposed to. If you did, maybe I'd be able to relax and let my fucking guard down for once, instead of constantly running things and thinking everyone is going to turn around and kill me. Oh my god. Tavros was right!
Food!
Shut the fuck up! Now I get why talking to all my friends finally led up to you. You're the reason why I could never trust anybody. Even her. Especially her. I was so terrified of getting it wrong. So I'm stuck, following in the footsteps of the Marquis.
And what, thought our intrepid narrator, was so bad about that? She'd always seen herself a comfort to the young troll. She taught her descendants so much, and in such lurid detail.
It was 80% smut!
It was a well-written, one-of-a-kind historical document that mapped out all the swashbuckling majesty of a brilliant woman's destiny.
Of course you'd say that. You wrote it. But sure. You helped keep me alive and made me a wicked pirate. Unfortunately, it made everyone else hate me. I could have been anybody. And you took that away from me. You made me afraid of it.
Stupid! 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 Stupid!
The girl has to be reminded, she is not special. She is not the victim of some great tragedy. She is an apex predator, a biological existential threat to all those that cross her path. She thought showing weakness would have solved all her problems. Those irrelevant victims she spent so much time mourning didn't want her companionship. They wanted to make new holes inside of her to ensure their own survival.
Idiot!
Stop it! I don't want to think like that anymore.
It was the girl's birthright to be voracious and awful. Those blueprints could not be abandoned. The spider, the narrator, the child, they were all looking into the same mirror.
Trapped!
Please, I know, okay? Why didn't you just stay dead? Why didn't I kill you sooner? I could have saved myself before it was too late.
But even as she said it, the thief knew that was never an option. Emancipation couldn't be granted to either party, only mutually assured destruction.
I wish it had been different.
Impossible.
I wish I was born somebody else.
Another dead end.
Fine! Fuck! Just let me get out from under you then! Let me be my own fucking person for once!
What will you do?
Hungry!
Huh.
Hell!
You know, every week I come in here trying to figure out what more you could possibly want from me. And every week it's the same shit. I really am such a moron.
Feed!
Exactly. It was never any deeper than that. The answer was right in front of my face. Well, I'm not your free meal ticket anymore.
Matricide, then.
Nah, I never really wanted that either.
Lest the girl forget, there were only two choices.
Die!
But that's not true. I'm not a wiggler anymore. Alternia is dead. For once in my life, I have options.
And just what did the ungrateful little upstart mean by that?
I'm glad you asked. It means I finally get to walk away from all this, and I'm not going to look back.
The spider forgot her hunger, for a moment at least, as the reality of such a statement sunk in. She was only a spider. She did not fear death, or feel regret, or hold any sadness. She never once loved the girl. She did not feel responsible. That said, the arachnid had grown accustomed to the smaller creature's presence. She extended one long, spindly leg before her, towards the young troll, as if to say,
Hug!
Oh, absolutely not. Hell no.
That proved a good call, as the spider had 100% planned on eating the girl. Instead, the long limb was retracted, placed between the monster's own massive jaws. The spider would not notice when the girl turned to leave, and the girl would not turn around to see if she had. The bound cover was closed on our trusted narrator as she whispered these final words. Good luck, Vriska. Be assured you will need it.
Level complete.
Phew. Long day.
Maybe you should take a break from all the totally awesome personal breakthroughs you're having and kick it with me in Erisol for a while.
Yeah, you kind of look like shit.
Says Scarf Shades McLopsided.
That's the busted-ass bitch. We're wearing the same raggedy jacket she's worn since we were like 5.
Says the guy who literally can't change his clothes.
I can't be held accountable for my discordant class-swag dichotomy. But here you are, sweep and a half deep in a personally tailored realm of self-reflection, and you still choose to look like this. Anyway, come chill.
Or, instead of chilling, we could throw around a ball of yarn, or something else visually stimulating that mimics my preferred quarry of small animals I could kill for fun and not eat. And I could chase it with my legs. That aren't legs and aren't actually a ghost tail, which really has no bearing on my ability to move at all. Anyway, the important thing is that you should probably get some R&R, and also have a very vigorous playtime sesh with the boys. And maybe get wicked pranked on, so you don't burn out. Shoot!
Dude, sneeze into your fucking shoulder or something. Aren't you done being allergic to yourself?
I mean, I feel like I'm doing pretty good on the not being allergic to myself front, compared to before. Considering that I have a built-in magical autoimmune disorder, which I have nevertheless mostly triumphed over due to my vast willpower, and also because everyone yelled at me. Shoot!
As tempting as it sounds to stick around and shoot the shit for a while, I think I need to keep going. I'm kind of on a roll here. Gotta strike while the iron is hot.
Is the iron in the fire?
You fucking know it is!
That's cool. It's just that Erisol and I have been sort of talking it over, and it kind of feels like the fire is about to get really, really hot. And maybe spending too much time in the fire is going to make your iron kind of melted and flaccid and shitty, instead of useful in the blacksmithing sense that's relevant to this metaphor.
Yeah.
What? No way. These irons are always fired.
Well, yeah. And historically speaking...
Oh, blah, blah, blah. Don't be such a pussy.
I literally can't not be a cat.
You know what I mean. I just gotta get in there and make this shit happen. I pretty much am the fire. How bad could it even be?
Ew.
Look, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this thing.
Okay, well, fuck us for trying, I guess. Have fun getting traumatized.
I'm not going to get traumatized.
Enter Scratch's parlor.
Well, well. Isn't this a perfectly predictable inevitability? It certainly has been a while, Vriska. You seem to have blossomed nicely. Care for a piece of candy?
Oh, fuck your stupid candy, you globe-headed little freak.
I know for a fact you'd enjoy it, but suit yourself.
Ugh. I had a feeling ages ago that I'd be seeing your smug ass again.
The feeling was mutual. Although it was less the wary hunch of a scared little girl than the delightful certainty that you'd come crawling back to me sooner or later. Care to tell me how you've been?
What? Like you don't know?
Of course I know. I'm always watching you. I just figured I'd lend a little weight to the charade of our reintroduction and allow you a chance to greet me on your own terms. It's only polite.
You know what? I've been pretty damn good. Been losing track of the sweeps I've spent in here fixing pretty much everything other than the thing I actually came in here to fix. But it's paying off.
There's a convenient timer for the express purpose of tracking that.
Yeah, and I never look at it because it pisses me off. But it's fine. It just means I've had a lot of time to think stuff over. Stuff that was holding me back, throwing me off course. Things way more consequential than the baby grub shit pan games you used to play with me. Honestly, I should be surprised to even see you here. Really, all you were doing was sticking your stupid flat face in my real baggage.
I'd like to think that I'm far and away the most prolific contributor to your baggage.
You wish! Man, I figured maybe this place was working up to something really intense, but instead, all I get is Globehead the Grub Toucher playing Puppet Master again. What a joke. You fucked with a bunch of little kids and blew up. Then you lost. You could barely handle me when I was 6. I'm supposed to be scared of you now?
Well, you're shaking.
The fuck I am! Shaking with excitement to get you in my rear view, maybe. What is it you're supposed to teach me? How to be a creepy little pedophile? How to dress and talk like a fucking tool? Come on, teach me a lesson. Fucking bring it, you bald-ass bitch!
Exquisite. I missed that fumbling braggadocio. It's heartening to know that this place hasn't cured you of it yet. It makes you so much fun to play with.
Hey, what the fuck?
There we are. Now then, why don't we have ourselves a little game?
What will you do?
Oh no, we won't be needing that. Let's get you into your uniform. And there she is. My favorite piece.
I'm not your piece!
We'll start with a variation of the King's Pawn opening. Thief to E4. Thief takes page.
Fuck you!
Thief to F5. Thief takes maid.
Stop it!
Thief to Z8. Thief takes seer.
Fucking stop it! C8 isn't even a fucking position, you hack!
All the world's my board. Thief to integral 40. Thief takes pawn. Thief to Mew 22. Thief takes pawn.
Fuck you!
Thief to Alpha 612. Thief takes pawn.
I'll fucking kill you!
Thief to Omega 413. Thief takes pawn. Check.
You'll be sorry for this! You'll be fucking sorry! You're a cheap fucking karma ghost! This is a stupid fucking charade! None of this means shit! And I'm never going to be caught up in your fucking games ever again!
Of course you will. You think you're better than me? Better than fate? Vriska, I'm going to put you in situations where you have the potential to do terrible things. I'm going to make things ugly. I'm going to corner you. I am going to pressure you. And no matter how much better you claim to be, all I have to do is catch you at the wrong moment. You're one bad turn from burning all your quaint little progress to the ground. One lapse away from being mine again.
Get me out of here. I want a do-over.
Oh, please. You of all people should know that you don't get do-overs. The rest of these frivolous little vision quests may feel like sparing you the effort of getting things right the first time around, but the real world doesn't work that way. No. You'll just have to endure it. This won't take long. You had a good run out there, flying solo and swashbuckling around as if light itself were yours to command. But it's wise to remember that it's a borrowed blessing. You flourish at its whim. Continue to spit in its face and take it for granted, and it will abandon you once again. Perhaps for good. Do you remember who you were before it chose you? The choices you made when luck wasn't on your side? You were such a delectable little victim. Poor Vriska, with her voracious Lucis. With her demanding legacy and her uncooperative, fickle little friends. So much was out of your hands then. How could you help but be my lovely little assistant?
You didn't fucking own me.
Exactly. But what matters is that I might as well have. You let yourself believe you had no option other than to take me up on my hard bargains again and again. For all your talk of independence, all your combative posturing, and insistence on your own freedom, you barely bothered to put up any actual resistance to my suggestions. You took the easy way out, swearing all the while it was your move. What a phenomenal waste of your considerable talents.
I don't need your compliments.
It wasn't a compliment. It was an insult and a warning. You're a trump card, Vriska, but your potency is a double-edged sword. One you've gotten far too comfortable swinging around in the past. What do you intend to fix when you leave this place? What, I wonder, will you break? I'd encourage you to be mindful of both. Of course, you could always cast aside those pesky trivialities and go with the flow, smashing through circumstance with nary a thought for the consequence. It'd be easier. We could dance together again, just like old times. You choose. What'll it be, Vriska? Player or peace? Thief to Infinity 108. I look forward to finding out. Good luck.
Oh, you totally got traumatized.
Level complete.